What strategies can we use to keep the romance alive after so many years together?
I'll go with that. I think that, for one thing, you have to make sure that, keeping yourself up is a good thing. We met when we were in our late 20s. And I mean, now we're in our early 40s, and I'm still more attractive to her than the first time I ever laid eyes on her.
I like this right
It's
here.
like you have to, keep yourself up. Figure out what your mate likes and what they don't like. I mean, things change during the years. That's something that you just can't stop. Of getting older. I think getting older is a blessing.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people like to stray away from their age of saying, in their 40s. I say proudly, I'm 43. I mean, I think that she should say proudly that she's about to be 43. I mean, she looks great.
Cause y'all look great. Yes,
God.
yes, both of you.
So it's just like I think that being making sure that you stay attractive to each other, and I mean, we hit the gym daily.
I like this right here.
About 4 or 5 times a week.
Oh, I love this.
Him more than me, though. Sometimes I'm like, today's not the day. But
But you look great though.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I agree. Like, you definitely got to keep it up. Like,
Yeah.
you got to, attraction. I was attracted to him. That's why we met.
Yeah,
And,
it's
we
like
were
the first
attracted
thing.
to each other. So, like, what I'm going to do? Wait.
right.
And now I got him. And now I'm, like, falling off. That's kind of whack.
Yeah, and
That's a deal breaker.
and you're a representation of one another.
Yeah.
Like,
Sure.
so like when I'm in the streets, if you're like, first of all, I can't be looking like this and then you looking like that, and now it's just, you know what I mean?
That
It's just,
happens sometimes.
God,
it
Yeah,
does,
yeah.
and every time I'll be like, why is he with her? Why is she with him? You know what I mean? Like, and that's, well, like looking at y'all, it's like, oh, you guys are such a cute couple. That's because you guys are equally yoked. You know what I
For sure,
mean?
for
Like,
sure.
you're both like attractive people. You're both have great energy, good personalities. You know what I mean? And if one of you were to fall off, you could easily see why people would get divorced. We're not equally yoked no more. You know what I mean?
He's
Like,
doing something weird. now.
right? Like, unless they fall off together, which is also not good.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Like, let's not do that either. Okay, so I like that. So keeping yourselves together, and I'm happy you said that too, because I feel like people can let that fall by the wayside, or like act like attraction is really not that important.
They do.
But
It's, like,
I like
that's
this
not the
right here.
truth.
that's not real. Like, we all want to be attracted to who we wake up to every
Yeah.
morning. You know what I mean? So I'm happy you said that. Very important. Okay. How do we navigate and resolve conflicts constructively to strengthen our relationship? Oh my gosh, this one is a big one.
It is.
This is a big one, because it's like, ooh, when you're mad, trying to be constructive in like an argument or a debate or like a back and forth is like hard. You know what I mean?
It is. But I do think that, like, sometimes you have to, because what do they say, words have power. So
Yes.
you got to, like,
Talking to
sit.
Mike a little bit.
You have to, like,
Yeah.
sit in your thought. Like, okay, what just happened? All right, let me break that down in my head. And sometimes you're like, you know what? I'm going to be mad for, if it's a half a day, if it's a whole day, I have to sit with this.
Yeah.
And then tomorrow when I wake up, okay, this is the issue. This is how we need to confront it.
Right.
And this is my opinion of it,
Right.
what you did. This
Right.
is what I think you need to change.
Yeah.
But I definitely don't think you just need to, because, if you say something while you're mad, you can say anything.
I like this right here.
That you
So
didn't
you
even
need-
mean, that came from wherever.
Yeah, like you really hit him below the belt. Like,
And they
Oh,
won't forget
God.
that.
that wasn't nice.
Yeah.
So sit in it, like, all right, how should I say this? I do want to hurt your feelings because I'm mad, but right now I'm mad. Tomorrow, it's not going to be me being mad wanting to hurt your feelings.
Right.
Tomorrow, it's going to be me being mad. Let's figure out how we can get past this moment. What do we need to do?
I
yeah.
like this right
So
here.
you're saying take a pause.
Take a pause.
I like it. I like that. Take a pause. You agree?
I do agree.
Yeah.
I do agree, because sometimes if you sometimes you can't help yourself if something really like
Oh, God.
pisses you off.
Yeah.
But you do need to think about, like she said, words they have power.
Yeah.
So once you say those things, they're already out there in the universe, and,
Yeah.
and you can't take them back. You can say, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it, but you already said it.
Yeah.
So it's just like, okay, what do you do? So you should sit back and talk about it and say, I didn't like this. You might not say it this nicely, but you know what I mean? You
Yeah.
can kind of like get your point across without really hitting below the belt.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's life, just like with friends, you're going to have disagreements. In relationships, you're going to have disagreements. But, at the end of the day, you want to make sure that your mate understands where you're coming from. Instead of trying to hit below the belt, try to make them realize, where they went wrong at to make you feel that certain type of way.
Yeah.
And maybe they can say, like like, damn, I never thought about that. And I remember me and her got into something, and the way that she told me, I didn't even know that I was in the wrong. It was just like, damn, all right.
Yeah. Now I can understand. Now that we stepped
Like,
outside of it,
like,
and you,
like,
yeah.
you know what? That's on me.
Ooh, you know what? That takes me to the point of accountability.
Yes.
Accountability is so important,
Yeah.
right? Like, I say this to someone all the time. I'm like, you got to remember when we're arguing, it's not you versus me. It's you and I versus the problem, right?
Yeah.
And, like, it's okay to be accountable for something. I'm not going to hold you to the fire for the rest of our lives because you did one thing wrong. We all fall short. We're human. We deserve grace. But it is important that if you do something wrong, you recognize and you're accountable for it, because now I know you won't do it again.
Yeah.
You know what
yeah.
I mean?
Yeah, and sometimes you might you might agree to disagree.
Yeah.
Sometimes you might in that situation that you're arguing about.
Yeah.
It might be no ending to it.
Yeah.
It's like, yo, you feel this way, I feel this way.
That's
like,
just how we going.
It have the offset. It's like, both flags on the play. You know what I
Yup.
mean? So it's just like, yo, I didn't do nothing wrong. But like, yo, you did do something wrong. Like, I don't see it.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, can you live with it? Can you live with us just not agreeing on this topic that's getting us upset?
Yeah.
So I mean, that's just life.
I like that. Yeah, like just being like, okay, well, we can live with this, right? Because we're not going to agree on this.